Or can you just send it to me?
Nobody's surprised he had an Indonesian girlfriend, Bo Gala! All right, we got 2 more comics come for the night. Fucking whatever. This comedian, a friend of mine for 10 years. He was there the first time I ever did stand-up comedy. I love him like a brother. Please bring that's not a racist thing. Please give a warm welcome to James Thorne! More! So, comedy started off as my Make-A-Wish. Now I'm past that point. So everybody's talking about relationships. My man Matt mentioned a dating app called Twitch. He thought it was for people with epilepsy. When I first heard about it, I thought it was for people with Parkinson's. Old people like to date too, so. Yeah, me and Sean have known each other for 10 years. I never knew he had a twin brother that could rap. And so, like, you know, it's very therapeutic to be up here tonight because things started opening up after the pandemic last year. You know, things started opening up, and I got invited to a Halloween party. Well, it was a party on Halloween, and I was all excited to go. So I got the invite. I'm like, oh, okay. This is the first time I'm going out around people in a couple of months. So I asked the first question, who's all gonna be there? Because some people are just disgusting, and pandemic or not, I'm just not hanging out with them. So I get to run down as a bunch of office people, and not that office people are any better. Office people are filthy. I used to work in an office. So I get there and they're like, hey, welcome. I'm like, cool, full-fledged Halloween party. Like, well, it's not really a party. It's more of a Halloween murder mystery. I'm like, oh, really? Like, yeah. Don't you want to play along? And I started to survey the group of people there. And I looked around, and the only other black dude I saw there was me in the hallway mirror. And I was like, I know why you jerks invited me here. It's a murder mystery. There's only 2 parts I could play. Either I'm going to be the victim or the suspect. So I got mad. Now keep in mind, I drove about an hour to get to this party. And I was in my Daewoo Lanos. And if you've seen Pineapple Express, it's a little bitty car. And it's so little, like you can open the glove box, flip open the back windows on both sides, just like this, without moving too far. So I'm driving there. And I get so mad because they set me up for this. And I didn't see this coming. I should have thought better. But you know, a hot chick invites you to a party, you go. So I did. But then I got pissed off when they told me about the murder mystery. I'm like, you know what? I hate all of you. So I stormed out of the house and I kicked open the screen door. I'm like, yeah, all of y'all. So I get in my car, get in the Daewoo, slam the door, shook the whole car, and I'm trying to start it, and all I hear is I hate all of y'all, every single one of y'all. I hate you. I should call my cousins. So I get out of the Daewoo, go back to the door. Can somebody give me a jump start? Dude, you like broke the screen door. You know what? Back to the original. I hate all of y'all. So I went back to my Daewoo and I kicked the door open. I put it in neutral and I started going down the street. And I'm like, I hate all of y'all. And I was like, whew. Let me take a break. They can't see me now. And then somebody else came out to see if I was going. Back at it. I hate all of y'all. Church. 'Cause I'm about a block away now. So I'm like, you know what? This really ruined my night. So what am I gonna do? So I figured, you know what? Walmart always cheers me up. So I head to Walmart. So to get to Walmart, I had to get on the highway. Highway's 2 blocks away, and I'm still doing this. And I'm figuring if I get it fast enough, I can pop it and it'll start. Nah, didn't happen. So then I finally get to the on-ramp. And I'm like, okay. Now I'm going downhill, I'm coasting, I jump in, I close the door, shook the whole car, and then I'm cruising. Car starts, I'm on it. I get pulled over by a cop. I'm like, dude, what the hell? And he's like, look, we got a report of some suspicious activity at a home just a few blocks from here. And the report said there's a black man driving a Daewoo. So I had to just see for myself. Woosa. Woosa. I wanted to Will Smith him, but I knew better. So I lost it at this moment. Because I'm still in full body sweat. I had to push the car 2 blocks, coast downhill to get on the highway to get it to start. And as soon as I got it going, he pulls me over. So I'm like, look, jackass, you see this car? You see that on-ramp? I had to push this car 2 blocks to get on this highway, and then you stop me. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, where are you headed? Well, my night is kind of crappy, so I figured I'd go to Walmart and look around and I'll feel better. Because everybody knows who shops at Walmart. Okay. It's like, I can't do it, can't go to Target because, no. Target is not the place you go to lift your mood, lift your spirits. It's got to be Walmart. Before Shopko closed, they were neck and neck for me, but then they closed Shopko, so I was like, oh. So I'm like, all right, let's go. So the cop turns on his lights, gives me a little push. Car starts, I'm on the shoulder, because I can't get it up to speed now, it's all flat. So I'm doing 25 on the highway with the cop behind me. So then the cop swings around and I get a police escort. Made it to Walmart. And I get in Walmart and I start walking around. As I'm walking through Walmart, soon as I hit the door, I notice 4 old ladies are following me around. So I'm like, man, this Walmart's hiring from Medicare now? What's going on here? So I'm still doing my thing, walking around, and then the whole night is playing back in my head like, man, if I would have never went to that party, I never would have drove the Daewoo. I'd be at home right now feeling pretty good about myself. And I was like, you know what? I'd be thinking about the conversation I had at work that day. It was a Friday. So me and my buddy Scott were talking about reincarnation in the office. And Scott says, hey, did you ever think about what you could be if you came back? You know, reincarnation. So I was like, I never really thought about it. What do you think, Scott? He's like, well, if I could come back, I'd come back as an eagle. That way I can fly to all those places I couldn't go while I was alive. So I was like, oh, damn, that's good. And I was like, thinking, I'm like, man, what would I be? So before I can say something, Patty pipes in. Ooh, if I die, I want to come back as a horse. They're just so beautiful, they're so majestic. So Scott looks at me and goes, bruh, ask her. I'm like, no, you ask her. He's like, dude, I'm white. You ask her. So I'm like, all right, fine. Patty, yes. Aren't you a lesbian? Yes, I am, and proud of it. All right, well, wouldn't you rather come back as a cat? Let that marinate for a moment. I'm not explaining that. When my mom saw that joke, my stepfather had to explain it to her. What do cats do? They use the litter box? Well, yeah, but that's not what I'm referring to. And I left it at that. So then I get to Walmart, I'm continuing through Walmart. And I'm just like, I'm looking around and this lady, and she was quite the lady, did not look like she belonged at Walmart. Target would be her lowest point, but definitely like a designer store. Maybe the Magic Mile in Chicago type designer. And she spotted me first. And she goes, hey, I know you. 13-year-old boy inside is like, ooh, she knows me. Yes. And then I'm like, is this one of another murder mystery setups? Because I'm sick of that crap. But she says, no. I know you. We saw you at a show about 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh, you did. You know, the voice kicked in. Oh, you did, darling? Did you enjoy my show? Oh, yeah, I enjoyed it. In fact, my mom enjoyed it. My dad had a great time, and him and my grandma are still talking about it. I'm like, oh, man, I'm in with the dad. Yeah. And fellas, you know we always rate women on a scale of 1 to 10. This chick was like a 15.5 to 20. So the 13-year-old boy inside was like, boobies, beautiful, and she's into me. Plus the dad likes me. So I could go stay at her house, being this way, and still sit at her house because the dad is into me. So she's like, yeah, what are you doing tonight? And I was like, not really anything. And she goes, hey, are they with you? I'm like, who? I came here by myself. And she's like, them. I'm like, who? So I turn around, and there's 4 old ladies watching the whole interaction. I turn back, she was gone. I didn't get a Facebook, I didn't get a phone number. She might even been from Oshkosh, so I didn't get a MySpace. I got nothing. Instead, I got cockblocked by the Golden Girls. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna fix you old birds. So I headed to the condom aisle, and I picked up the largest anti-family box of Magnums. And I go, oh no, not these. Last time I tried these was flying all over the room. I put her eye out. So I went to pick up another box, different brand. And before I could do that, the littlest one came out, don't use those. I got 6 grandkids because of those. What the hell? I'm like, oh yeah, it's time to get the hell out of Walmart. So I grabbed a bag of Butterfingers and I head to checkout, and they cut me off. And they're like, there he is, you ask him. No, you ask him. No, you ask him. Fine, I'll ask him. Little Sophia pokes me right here. Hey, can I ask you something? I'm like, what the hell? Can we get a picture with you? Okay. We can do a picture. Hell, it's Walmart. I'm going to end up on the website one way or the other. So they give the camera to the cashier, who was all for it. Completely all for taking this group photo. So she goes, I'm like, all right, come in, ladies. And like, I don't know if it was Aspercreme, Bengay, or some other type of ointment, but I was crying at this point. I'm like, can we just take the picture? And then the little one's like, I think I blinked. The other one, I think my teeth shifted. The other one's like, does this make me look fat? Damn it, take the picture. So they take the picture. They look back at me and they're like, thank you so much. We loved you on Reading Rainbow. The whole part of the interaction is my response to that, and I'm so mad at myself for that to this day. Because all I could think of was, butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high, it's in a book, take a look, reading rainbow, reading rainbow. Thanks, that's my time, James Storm.
Keep it going for James Storm, everybody.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Yeah, man. What's up, baby?
Sorry, just put
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Comedy, Tommy.